first episode of Nessy Builds. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're coming up to our camp up here on the hillside, and we are starting off with 1.16 pre-2. We're almost to 1.16, so thought it'd be a good time to start up a new world. So here we are. We've set up a little camp here, nothing too special, got a little fancy tent and some materials that we've collected. I went ahead and started this world and started collecting materials a little early because, man, it's a grind. It is a grind starting off a new world, getting all the stuff, all the things that you need and everything like that. But we made a nice little campfire here, and I'm pretty happy with how it looks for now. But we got bigger plans than this. Of course. This is just the very beginning. We started out a brand new world. Of course, we'll put the seed down in the description down below so you can jump in and join along if you would like. We'll look at the map a little later on, but right now we're just going to kind of take a look at the area that we're actually in. We of course have our extreme hills up here to the north, and then of course the taiga forest here to the west. And then if you look off to the east, we'll go over there and check it out here in the morning, but we have a nice waterfront over here. It took a little time to find this seed, actually. It's a little bit of a different one than I usually play on. I usually go for the islands, and but this one is going to be a little bit different, to go out of my comfort zone just a wee bit. Ah, what a beautiful sunrise. Okay. So, if you've joined me on any of my live streams, you've probably seen me working on another world. I've been working on it for a little while. We're going to head over to the beach while we're talking here. I've been working on it for a little bit. It's about 6 years old or so. So I've been working on it quite a bit. If you're ever interested, I would be more than happy to go back to it. But we're going to shift our focus. It was created all the way back in, oh goodness, 1.08 or something like that. So it's a little old. And it's been tweaked and modded and adjusted and everything like that. And so it is simply time to move on. And so that is where this world comes in. And just looking at the map, man, I have so many ideas for this. I've got so many different storylines and everything like that. And that's one thing I really enjoy doing in this game, is not just building stuff and not coming up with cool ideas or interesting buildings or anything like that, but I enjoy making the little storylines and some lore for the areas. You know, it's kind of adds a little interest to it. So, but we're here. Welcome. Here we are. This is our first building area. Look at this. It's beautiful. So out in this ocean right here, this is a huge ocean. Right smack dab in the middle of it is actually an island. We will be building on it, so of course you get to see the islandiness. So that should be fun, but for now we're going to kind of stick on the outskirts of the island. So if you can imagine the whole thing, the island is the middle, and then huge ocean around it, and then of course all this land around it, ranging anywhere from deserts to taigas to ice spike biomes to a lot of cool stuff going on. And so yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So we got a little bit of work to do over in this area. We're gonna kind of jump right in. I got a whole bunch of dirt ready to go because we're gonna fill this little pond in right here. And this is going to be kind of the area for our first build. Now, to really look at what our first build is going to be, we're going to have to take a look at a map really quick. So you've probably seen this. You probably used it. It's a little outdated. It's 1.8, but it still serves its purpose pretty well, for the most part at least. I don't use this so much for cheating, just more or less to get a lay of the land. I love exploring, but sometimes it's nice just to know what's out there. And this is a huge area. So originally we spawned up here, and this was kind of in a plains roof biome, birch forest, some extreme hills, a little bit of desert over here. So we actually spawned up here. This is the original spawn point for this world, and we traveled. We traveled a long way, all the way out and around this way. That's kind of where most of our tools and supplies came from originally. There's a few villages sprinkled in here that we've kind of visited. So anyway, we're here. We're in this area here-ish, give or take. I think we're up in this area over here, because this is Forest Hills. There's like a little hilly area, and our camp is actually set up right in this area here. So my thought is, my thought is, so we have this island here in the middle, and eventually this island will become kind of the central hub for this entire huge area, and we'll have a nice castle kingdom going on there. Very traditional looking. Haven't hammered out details or anything yet, but the idea is that this entire area around here will be different kingdoms. If you follow the cursor around, you got different kingdoms going on. But I don't know, so the idea is that this guy right here will be the kind of the hub of everything. It's going to be kind of in the middle. It's the reason why all these different provinces exist, and we have all these different provinces going around. Obviously, none of which have been built, but they're in the planning stages. So we're here right now. And my thought for this area is it's basically just going to be kind of a path. It's just a place for us to start and a place for us to go in and start building things. I got some big plans. We'll definitely have a province out in the savannah area, as well as out here in the desert area. And then, of course, we have to have something in the mega taiga, in the taiga hills, and then these island areas over here are going to have their own kind of province going on. And this is such a huge area. I'm really wanting to do a kind of water. What was the movie? I think it's Waterworld, though. All this is definitely in the early planning stages. These are episodes in here, so we're just going to start our path right here, and I'm thinking that we're just going to make something simple here. We're going to put a little way house, a place that people can stop while they're traveling. They can tie their horses up and go in, have a drink, or they can go sit at the they can go stay in the inn upstairs. It's not going to be a big place. It's going to be very eclectic. That's kind of what we're going for here. In our camp, we're going to leave our camp kind of by itself. That's going to be our home base for now. Eventually, we will end up out on this central island, but that is a ways away. This is really our general area that we're going to be playing in, and this is, we're talking, is this 1196 by 4872 all the way up to negative 1196 to 656. So there's a lot of area here. There's a lot of area to cover, and not all of this is going to have paths and everything. But so let's hop back to the world, shall we? So we're back. Yeah. So that's kind of the gist, the idea of kind of what we're going to be doing. And so without further ado, let's get to building. So we had to actually go back, get some more dirt, almost broke a diamond shovel, had to go spelunking to get some more iron to make an anvil to repair said shovel. Whew. But it's done. It's done. The whole area is filled in now, so we're ready to go with the build. I have it all drawn out. It should be pretty cool. It's going to look a little chaotic and weird. Hello, who are you? Hi. Hello. Hello, hello. Hi. What do you have? Pots with 3 emerald. Goodness, gravy. That's expensive. Nope. No, wait, hold on. What was the poop looking thing? Excuse me. Oh, brown dye. Okay. Yeah, we don't need that. So we filled in all this stuff, and we filled in all the big, huge pond here, and so it's nice and flat now, and we have a lot of space to work with. I'll pull all this in later after I have kind of built a building here. So yeah, we'll get started building here, and I'll check back in with you guys here in a few minutes. Since we're just starting this game, we're going to be playing a lot with dirt. So it's going to be a dirt hut for a little bit until we kind of get the shape and the size that we want, and then we'll go in and replace it a little bit later with something that looks a little bit better. My idea for this is for the kind of the color scheme is we're gonna vary it a little bit. We're gonna do some stone and smooth stone, and might do some sandstone in there. I'm not really sure yet, but we're gonna do a huge variance of different blocks just to because a lot of travelers will be going through here. A lot of them will bring their own supplies and their own individual looks and feels from all their different lands and stuff. Because you got people coming from the desert and the Arctic, and you got some people coming from the jungle. So, yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's get started. All right. So we got a little bit of this hashed in here, just a little bit. We're gonna go and go one more higher. We're at 3. We're gonna go and go to 4, and then the 5th will actually be our roof for in here. And then after that, we'll start working on the 2nd floor. It's going to be basically boxes on boxes going up, so it's going to be pretty simple. But we're going to change the palette up just a little bit. See, down here we have the dark oak wood and the andesite on the bottom, and then we have the andesite bricks here, and then we have stone going up. Now, these walls aren't going to be plain. These are not going to be plain. They're going to be a little messy. We'll throw some cobble in there, but we'll do that towards the end of the actual build. So, next step now is to raise this up and start the kind of what the next floor is going to look like. All right, it's been a little bit, and we've made a little bit of progress. It looks a little boxy right now, like this whole thing appears a little boxy, but it also does not have a roof on it, so that will change things a little bit. The idea of this place was that, you know, whoever was traveling through would help build little bits and pieces of it, and it would kind of be a little bit of everybody's style, and that's kind of what we're going for here. Of course, we have our main area here, so you walk in the main area, and boom, to the right, your met meat. You walk in. To your right, boom, a place you can buy some goods at. They have a few, you can buy arrows or dirt or whatever you need. And then over here, we'll have a little watering hole area where we'll have a nice counter, and there'll be some barrels behind it where you can get a drink. And then you come back here, and this is kind of will be the lounge area. Obviously, we don't have roofs or anything like that on just yet. We're going to be working on that soon. And then over here, this little area, don't mind the hole in the floor, just watch your step. This little area right here was going to have a little counter, and you can check in, and you can go up to a room, because a lot of these places like this, you could rent a room while you were there. It was just kind of a traveler's place, a place that, you know, as you're traveling through, you could stay for the night, or if you're having troubles or whatever. And so this will be kind of a little check-in area. And then over here we'll have like a little extra lounge bit. But if you come up here, just like this, there's two areas that will be that will have some things. This area over here, which this is the larger of the rooms. This will be kind of almost like a bunkhouse kind of room. There'll be several beds. There won't be a whole lot here. There'll be several beds, and that's about it. And then if you go over to this side, which we will, oops, which this will be open with a door and everything. I'll just go and put up a little partition here so you get the idea. And so this would be its own little room, and this would just literally be like a hotel room. It would, you know, have a bed, have a nice little nice area to sit in and things like that. We'll have a little wardrobe in here. It'll be really, really nice. And then if we go up here, which this is our second tower. So our first tower is right here, and it's going to end right about here. We'll put a nice little, nice squat triangular roof on it. It's not going to be super pointy. So we'll put that little roof right here. And then on this one here, this one goes up a little bit higher, and this will be a room type setup as well. But this will be kind of the master suite of the entire place, and we'll likely do 2 floors here. They'll be a little more compact than the other floors were, so that'll be that. And yeah, that's pretty much the build so far. Still kind of hashing out some of the details. Obviously, this little boxiness over here has to go. So we'll be working on that. I'm really hoping that throwing a roof on it will help it a little bit, as well as putting some supports in here to help hold it up. So we're getting there. It's a work in progress. We went ahead and did the andesite on the bottom, the spruce logs and stone. We'll be adding a lot of detail to the outside of this, so I'm not too worried about the stone texture being too boring. There's not very many walls that have a whole lot of stone to it. These back walls do, but these back walls will also be housing some other things back here. We'll have a little garden thing back here on this side, and we'll have a little workstation over here that they can do, you know, armoring or whatever. So yeah, we'll have a little of that. This area will have a purpose, and this area will have a purpose, and then kind of back here will just be kind of a little like path just to get around. And then back in here, I'm thinking a little flower garden right here for the kind people staying here. And then over on this side, we'll have some other functioning thing. I don't know what yet, but there will be some other functioning thing there. And then, of course, the landscaping and the paths. And then it'll be time to start working on the big path to actually get to this way house. All right, so we've been working at this for a little while now, and this is the result. I'm pretty happy with it. It looks pretty nice. I got some of the exterior done here. We got some nice shutters on the windows, and some flowers, and some flower bins in the very front here. Kind of did some foliage around the outside, and then this area here, we'll start a path, and we'll have kind of a little gated garden area that people can go out, maybe a little custom tree or something like that. I'm not certain yet, still working on it. But if we come up here, the front door, I gotta do a little bit of work here. I'm still figuring out what I want there. But the tower here, whew, it's a tall tower. What's over there? Okay. Yeah, so the tower actually has a spiral staircase in it that goes all the way up, and then once you get to the top, the plan is to actually put a room up there, and have a place where people could stay up there as well.
But yeah, and then the path's going to go through here, I think. The path's going to go through here, and travelers can stop by and stay and get supplies and other things like that. But let's go take a look at the inside. The inside, we did the interior with a red terracotta. And then we got the little bit of a seating area, nice little nook going on. Haven't finished out the this desk area yet, but let's go upstairs. This is the spiral staircase I was talking about, and I've pretty well fleshed out here. We have a little sign-in sheets, a plant, and if we head up that way, that's a little storage area underneath the roof, and our rooms are down here. We got 4 rooms. They're not big rooms, but they are rooms nonetheless, and I am not going to show them to you. Nope. I'm going to leave that as a surprise. So when we've done thousands of episodes and we release a world, you can go and explore and find it yourself. I think that's a little more fun for me. Nice window here. Look at that window. Let's see here. And then up here, there's not anything up here yet. Still kind of working out the details again of the room upstairs here. A little bit of space to play with, not a whole lot, but I just kind of have the staircase ending up here. But that's a pretty good view right there. You can almost see camp. Yeah, that little hill's in the way right there. I think if we remove that hill, we'd be able to see camp, but I'm not going to do that. No, not going to do that. Okay. And then we'll head back downstairs. Head back down here really quick, and yeah, the little door here, it goes out to a little patio area. We'll explore that here in just a moment. But the yeah, a little place for people to hang out at, and then yeah, just coming down here, this feels really, really homey. I really like how this feels with the carpet in the hallway. It's a little small, but let's go out here. Let's go out here. Close door. And yeah, we got a little garden here. We got the smokestack from the thing downstairs, and of course we have a little bonfire thing and some chairs that people can come and hang out on. It's a nice little rooftop area. And then yeah, we have that garden up there so people can grow. You can grow stuff. Kind of a little farm. We're still working out down here. I got to get rid of all this junk here, but I think overall down here we're gonna kind of do. We still have the little welcome desk there, and then we'll have the bar here to the right that you can purchase things and drinks and things like that. And we'll have some tables and chairs and other fun things. Yeah, I think that'll be really nice. And then once we get this interior done, we just have the exterior, and it's this building's pretty well finished. I'll finish it up off camera for the most part. But yeah, also a back door here. I don't know if I showed you that. We got a little back door. The back's a little plain. Gonna put something here and put something on the side as well. I'm pretty happy with it. It evolved a little bit from the first time that we looked at it, but I think overall I'm pretty happy with it. It looks really, really nice. I think it fits the area just fine. It looks, yeah, it looks like an inn, really, now that I look at it. But that's okay. These pillagers, man. They're killing me. They've already killed me once. I didn't show you that. Yeah, these guys. I'm just gonna sneak away here. Sneaky. Can't touch this. Back at the tent, just taking down some of these trees here because we have so much spruce wood now. I don't think we're going to need much more for a little while. And there's a good reason for that, which brings me to our next order of business into tree growings. Oh, I hope that doesn't come through the recording. I have a handy little mod on here because man, after you cut down so many trees, it just gets monotonous after a while. Like, I'm going to tear the whole tree down. It doesn't really matter, right? Anyway, so I tore down some trees here, but so there's a good reason why we kind of want to start packing some things up. And that's because we're going to be moving. That's right. We're moving out of this area. We got our way house built. We have our little camp built, but we're gonna go and leave our camp here. This is our beginner camp. We can't just tear it down, right?
So we're going to be doing that, and the place that we're going to be going, if I'll just bring up a little a clip of it now, but this world that we're in right now has essentially a huge lake with a giant island in the middle, and the place that we're going to be going is to that giant island right here. This is our giant island, and so yeah, it's really really big. It's got a couple of different like big kind of port type areas and some interesting architecture through not architecture, geographical interests like this over here, which looks interesting, and this whole like bay area over here, which I think will be a lot of fun to do, almost like a Caribbean style to it, like a Caribbean castle and very and kind of piratey, but more like when they first more like whenever they first settle on the actual like in the Caribbean. So they have their castles and their nice houses and things like that. And so this is going to be kind of our main base of operations for the foreseeable future. And so it's a pretty big island, though. This is probably 500 or so blocks across, and probably about 600 or 700 north and south. So it's pretty sizable. It should provide essentially all the resources that we need for the for here on out, until we start building other cities. But of course, we're still starting out. This is just our first couple weeks in our new Minecraft world, and I'd say we're doing pretty good. We got some diamond stuff. We have a ton of resources that we just gathered, and we have a beautiful new way house over here in case we're ever out on the road and we just need a place to crash for a few minutes. So pretty happy with how it looks. Pretty happy. So that is it from me for this episode. Thank you so much for joining me today, and be sure if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button, right? Hit the subscribe button just like that, and hit that like button just like that, and the little bell button just like that, and you'll be notified anytime that I upload another video. And yeah, cool. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.